Oh yeah, guys, it's Masterpiece time. And this is going to be a review of the just recently released Masterpiece Prowl. As far as his box goes, it's actually, I'm going to do a little reveal here, an identical size to Sideswipe's box, which is pretty cool. It's nice that they're keeping that consistency in there. That's really neat. Anyway, just go ahead and get Sideswipe's box out of the way here. He's packaged, he doesn't come with a ton of stuff, but that's okay. He comes with this really cool little collector's card here, which obviously has a drawing of him here on the front. Flip it around to the back. We got some tech specs. Only reason I know that is because there's numbers. I have no idea what any of this Japanese writing says, but probably standard tech spec stuff, strength, intelligence, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, put that off to the side. And then, of course, comes with this wonderful instruction sheet here. Shows you how to transform them. And, of course, the main attraction, Prowl himself. And came with one other little piece here, and that is his gun. So I'll go ahead and get the box out of the way here. And we'll just talk about his vehicle mode some. Which is honestly a very stunning representation of his on-screen model in vehicle mode. I mean, this thing is just, it looks absolutely phenomenal. Great detailing on it. None of the paint job issues that Sideswipe had. This is just an awesome looking vehicle mode. Now, no doubt about it. You, of course, can mount his weapon to him in vehicle mode if you so choose. It's a little bit tricky. Kind of gotta hold down the handle there. There you go. And it mounts up real good. And I'll go ahead here and do a comparison shot here with this good buddy Sideswipe. Masterpiece Sideswipe. Now, the only reason I haven't gotten more of these Masterpiece cars is, well, frankly, the price. Paid almost $100 for Sideswipe because I got him late, and I paid almost $80 for Prowl, and that's kind of they're expensive pieces. They're really nice, but I can't spend close to $100 honestly on repaints for these guys. Now, if Hasbro would bring these things out in the States and they could sell them for, say, $30 or $40, I'd be buying them left and right. But when they're, almost a C note per release, it's kind of hard to justify buying that many of them. Anyway, let me go ahead and get Sideswipe out of the way here, and I'll do some comparisons with other Prowls. There's, of course, G1 Prowl. Looks really nice next to him. Here is... let's get these guys moved over a little bit. There's Classics Reveal the Shield Prowl. Here is the little Legends class Prowl. Just get a little wider angle here to get all these guys in. And here we are with Alternators Prowl. Let me just get G1 guy, scoot it over. There we go. We got a whole plethora of Prowls here. Alternators one kind of dwarfs the Masterpiece, which is a little, funny, but that's just the way it goes. I don't understand. I think the reason Hasbro isn't bringing out these Masterpieces in the U.S. is probably something to do with the fact that these are officially licensed cars. Maybe they don't want to pay the licensing rights. I'm not sure. Maybe they can only get the licensing rights in Japan, which is a shame. I mean, at least we're getting some of the Masterpieces, like Soundwave. Whereas if you import him, he's over $200. It would cost you over $200, but they sold him for $120 here. So, You know, I mean, at least we're getting some of the masterpieces. It would be nice to get all of them here, but I guess you kind of got to take, you know, really whatever you can get. Anyway, just go do another quick round on this guy, on his detailing. I mean, no complaints, honestly, whatsoever about his vehicle mode. Well, maybe one tiny one. It'd be nice if he had rubber tires, but, you know, that was the same thing on Sideswipe. But honestly, other than that, this is, in my opinion, an absolutely perfect representation of Prowl in vehicle mode. I'm going to go ahead and pause here, and we'll get him transformed, and we'll check out his robot mode. Okay, guys, here Prowl is transformed and in all of his robot mode glory. I'm going to go ahead and start off with a few size comparisons here. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the other Autobot car I have from the Masterpiece line. That, of course, is our good friend Sideswipe here. And as you can see, Sideswipe is just about a hair taller than Prowl, which I think is pretty accurate, actually, to how the cartoon models would have been. And then, of course, I am going to grab MP10 here, Optimus. And let me straighten out Optimus's feet here just a little bit. There we go. Stands a little better. And as you can see, they go up to lower part of Optimus's stomach, which I think is probably pretty accurate, again, to the cartoon model. So obviously this guy scales extremely well with the other Masterpiece figures in the line. So let's go ahead and get these guys out of the way. Just like most other Masterpieces, he is absolutely loaded down with articulation. He has, he's got some forward and back ankle, of course side to side. Just a whole bunch of ankle movement going on there. He bends at the knee. Top of the leg, forward, back, in, out. Does rotate also at the top of the leg. He, of course, does have waist rotation. He's got a really good amount of shoulder articulation here because it's on a joint as part of the transformation, so you can really move his arm or his shoulder in all sorts of crazy directions here. He has double jointed elbow, which I love. He, of course, does have rotation there at the elbow. He has wrist rotation. His four fingers are all one piece there. Not individually articulated, but that's honestly fine. I don't really care about individually articulated fingers. His head's on a ball joint, so that means he can look up, down, and rotate. And his door or wings are on a, they can move around too. They can kind of move up, topped his chest there. They can kind of move up and down, in and out. So all in all, he is absolutely loaded with articulation. And of course, one other thing you can do in robot mode is you have a choice. Right now, I have his missile launchers hidden, but that's easy if you like to display him with his missile launchers. All you got to do is kind of pop open the roof there and deploy those missile launchers forward. And there you go. As you can see, he is extremely easy to pose. You can get him into dynamic poses very easily. My main complaint about his robot mode actually is the lack of missiles that he comes with. Because, as you can see, I'm actually going to grab G1 Blue Streak here. Because G1 Prowl's missiles are in a box, and I'm not going to grab them. He comes with missile launchers and missiles, just like G1 Prowl did, but for some reason Masterpiece Prowl doesn't come with the missiles. Now if you got them from like Amazon Japan or whatever, and there are various ways to get this exclusive, he came with missiles, but in my opinion, and of course there's also a bunch of third parties that are releasing missiles for him, but again, I reiterate, in my opinion, the standard Masterpiece should have come with those missiles, I mean, for every release of them. To me, it's a little ridiculous that he doesn't come with those missiles. Honestly, it's just kind of bad form for Takara, especially considering the extensive accessories they've given us on most of the Masterpieces. It's a disappointment that he doesn't come stock with those missiles, but such is life. One thing that I think is absolutely outstanding on this figure is this head sculpt. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on that for you, just so you can see it, because I think really that head sculpt is just absolutely outstanding. And you can see he also has a huge amount of detailing there on his chest, and that just looks absolutely outstanding in my opinion. I'm going to go ahead and zoom back out on him. And I'm just going to go ahead and give you a 360 of them real quick. My other gripe about his robot mode is actually related to the back of him. As you can see, the back of his legs are rather hollow looking. It's not a huge mark against him, but just something to take note of. But all in all, I think this mold is absolutely outstanding. I would recommend him to any G1 or Prowl fan. This is definitely the definitive version of G1 Prowl. We're not going to get a better one than this. I mean, this is just one awesome looking toy. Now, as far do I think you should get him in Blue Streak and Smokescreen? If your budget allows for it, get all three of them. My budget, unfortunately, does not allow for that. Unless I can get a knockoff version of these guys at like 30 bucks a pop, then I would consider it. But it's $70 to $80 a piece. Yeah, I can't afford getting all three of those. But in my opinion, you should get kind of whichever one you like the best as far as color scheme goes. Because honestly, this mold is absolutely knocks it out of the park. You know, it's a perfect Prowl. I mean, we've gotten some other good Prowl molds, but this is by far the best one that we've gotten, and I really don't see them doing any better in the future. I guess it's remotely possible, but it's certainly not likely. And I'm just going to leave you here with, I'm just trying to get all my Prowls together for one last shot. It's a little tough to do this on camera, of course, because unpredictable things can happen. So let's just kind of lean that guy up there. Get Universe Prowl. And there is my plethora of Prowls transformed into robot mode. I think that's a good way to leave this. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys next time.